Hi, my name is Amanda Panacea, and you're listening to the Healer Revolution podcast. This is a community for self-healers, biohackers, practitioners, and any other helping professionals. You're in the right place if you're seeking conversations about how pain becomes passion, the connection between physical, energetic, mental, and our spiritual self, finding your body's ancient wisdom, the latest biohacking technologies, clinical research, and if you just want to nerd out about complex biochemistry and quantum physics. But this is also for entrepreneurs who seek infinite abundance and a supportive community. So pour a cup of King coffee or Sisters tea and let's join the revolution. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Healer Revolution podcast. I am your host, Amanda Panacea, and today I'm excited to be interviewing Michele and Cloe at Oxynergy2 in LA. Hello, ladies. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us. We are very excited to be here. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Yes, awesome. So you guys are really specialized in a lot of longevity, anti-aging, healing, and you do a lot of hyperbaric oxygen chamber therapy, or HBOT for short. Tell us a little bit about why you have decided to really focus on HBOT in your practice.
It was during COVID. We've seen the pandemic, and we were thinking what's going to happen. I had opened a COVID center at this period of time, and I saw the devastation and the line of people waiting to be testing everything. And then I start to try to find what will help them, what is the best remedy that can help people with all the symptoms and the side effect of this COVID. And then I discovered HBOT, and we study, and I talked to Cloe, and Cloe was very excited to join me in this venture. And as a mother-daughter, we decided to come with Oxynergy2, a center, and help people. And we felt a strong call for this mission to help and to develop. And HBOT, we've been studying, and we find that is an incredible, natural, non-invasive treatment that can help people tremendously in many ways.
Awesome. So did you all already have a center prior to this, or is this like a brand new venture?
Yes, I had this center. This center was a yoga studio. I'm a Iyengar yoga certified therapist and teacher. And I had this big studio that was fully working operation. And then during COVID, we had to shut it down. We transformed it into a COVID center. And then from here, the natural expansion was to open a wellness longevity clinic for longevity and recovery center.
Got it. Yeah. So let's talk little bit about what is HBOT and what's the science behind how it works.
So hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which is long for HBOT, is a therapy where you are sitting or laying down in a chamber that pressurizes. It kind of feels like an airplane, but it's kind of pressurizing like a submarine. So it's kind of like going under the sea level, and you're breathing in 100% pure oxygen. So what that does, oxygen with the pressure, it's like Henry's law of physics, if you've ever heard of that. The greater the pressure, the greater the absorption. So you're getting to absorb more oxygen than you normally would at a normal sea level, which is how we are regularly, like right now, when we're just breathing regular oxygen. So we're getting all that extra oxygen our body needs to be able to function at its best.
Interesting. So different sea levels, would that affect our oxygen status as well? Like if somebody lives in the mountains compared to at the ocean?
Yeah. So for example, a lot of people that travel to Colorado that aren't from there, they can get sick and have a lot of horrible symptoms like dizziness, fatigue, brain fog. And so one of the remedies for that, that's why there are a lot of hyperbaric oxygen centers in Colorado, because a lot of tourists, get depleted of oxygen because they're going to greater pressure, so they're going up. Versus people that live at sea level, for example, Los Angeles, or New York, you are not going to have that sickness that you would get if you travel to Colorado, greater altitudes.
Yeah. And so like, obviously oxygen, we all breathe it in. What is the benefits of doing an HBOT compared to just like the oxygen that you're getting from natural breathing?
You cannot breathe more than 21% of oxygen. This is the capacity of our lungs, our body. When you go under pressure, the pressure, what it does, it removes all the gas that we have and gives some space for the oxygen that you're going to take. So the rest of the oxygen, the 100%, goes in different parts in your body where usually it doesn't have access. And this oxygen goes at a cellular level, and it really helps heal the body in a very natural way, and it gives the nutrient to the cell that it needs to fight and to heal quicker. So it becomes, like we call it, liquid oxygen. So all this oxygen that you have in your body here really give a boost to all your internal organ and to the skin and to it goes on the metabolic system, on the angiogenesis system, and it really helps your body function to its best and heal, eventually heal. And hyperbaric is very well known to heal the wound or the burn victims. So it used to be only in the hospital, and now it's getting a little bit more mainstream. And because we see more studies and we see the results of the pressure and the oxygen, what it does to people. So through all those studies, you understand that you need to go inside the chamber.
Yeah, I did quite a few HBOT sessions when I was going through something called topical steroid withdrawal, which is when your skin is just melting off and peeling off. And I couldn't really tell if it was helpful at the time because I was just so sick. Like, I don't know if anything would have really helped back then. But tell us a bit more. Why does it help the skin so much heal and repair? Is there something special about that kind of tissue?
Yeah. So, well, first, our skin is our biggest organ. So hyperbaric oxygen therapy helps your organs function properly. So for example, when you did hyperbaric, did you do 40 sessions 5 days in a row for 2 months, or did you only do a few sessions?
Yeah, no, it was too expensive. Tried to get my insurance to cover it. And of course they wouldn't. So I just stopped. I think I probably did around like 10 sessions at the time.
Yeah. Okay. So with hyperbaric, it helps increase the blood flow to the parts of the body that need it. So for example, if you have a certain skin condition or your skin's not healing properly, your red blood cells are now going to have enough oxygen to go to your skin and help heal it, which then decreases the inflammation. So when we have less inflammation, first, we're less in pain. And also, our body has more room to heal itself. So that's really the biggest benefit with skin healing. When people say hyperbaric helps with organ healing, people don't realize that our skin is technically an organ.
Yeah.
So yeah, Michele, if you have anything to add to that.
Oxygen is everything. It's the best nutrient. Without oxygen, we cannot function. We cannot have energy. Energy comes from food and oxygen. So oxygen, when you breathe, when you try understanding that under pressure, you receive 100% or so of oxygen, you understand that you are really rinsing and rejuvenating not only the skin, but all the organs, your liver, the pancreas, the heart, the lungs, all the organs, the brain. The brain is one of the biggest, heavier organs that we have. And the brain is what also needs. And I can talk about experience because myself, I did a lot of hyperbaric session for the brain because I wanted to have my cognitive function to its best at my age, because we age. There is nothing against the time. The time is stronger than anything. And It's a natural way, and there is no miracle. But being into the oxygen myself and doing also a different protocol, because it's not just going inside the chamber, is adding a protocol to it that really increase the results and give you more hope. And also we have some tests that we call telomere test, and I tested myself, and I reversed my aging by 7 years. So it doesn't mean that I looked physically 7 years younger. I probably did a little bit, but the
You
most
did.
important, it's the energetically how I felt, and it's my energy and it's my memory. And I remember not after work, I was dying to go home and relax, but after my 12, 13 session, I had to stop here. I bought a present here. I stopped. I wanted to do more things. I was feeling more useful, more energetically. And for my daily activity, it really helped me. And it helped me also a lot with my cognitive memory. I'd remembered a lot of things, and I could catch up with Chloe, because we were in the middle of learning and studying, and it really helped me. And Chloe was really testimony of my capacity increasing on a weekly basis.
That's awesome. Yeah, I always tell all of my clients oxygen is one of the most important nutrients for making energy. You know, we need minerals and we need B vitamins and CoQ10, but if oxygen is not there, the whole system doesn't complete, and then we don't make the ATP. So if we have that low oxygen state, maybe from sleep apnea or asthma or hunched over posture, and we're just having these really shallow breathing, or from chronic stress, all of that is going to impact your energy. And without energy, your organs don't work, your cells don't work, your brain's not going to work. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, to expand on that, it's so true, because oxygen equals energy. I don't think people understand unless you put it to them in a certain way. For example, if you hold your breath for 5 minutes, even a few minutes, you'll pass out. And it's because your body needs oxygen. Our red blood cells carry 1 billion molecules of oxygen per red blood cell. And it's those oxygen molecules that help our body live and function properly. So oxygen is so important. And it's sometimes we forget, but it's very important to realize. Sometimes when you're having a panic attack, for example, just breathing, breath work helps kind of take it away and lower your cortisol levels and just balance you out because of that extra oxygen you're getting.
Yeah.
Yep.
And right now, in the market, they come with oxygen facial, oxygen pills, oxygen cream, and all this kind of thing, which is good. But really breathing the oxygen is really swallowing and take it deep inside all the organs. So every part of your body and your function are taking advantage.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about how important oxygen is for fighting off infections. Like, obviously, with COVID, that was an important one. But what about things like bacteria infections, parasites, and things like that?
So yeah, so bacteria can't survive in an oxygen-rich environment, so when you're in hyperbaric, you're basically making your body an oxygen-rich environment, right? So any bacteria you have in your body, any infections, those will slowly, most likely start to die, and your body will start to heal, because your body wants to fight off these infections. It wants to fight off this bacteria. It wants to detox all of the toxins that are in your body, but it just needs that help. So with hyperbaric, it is that help to help you get rid of all of that.
Yeah. And I mentioned earlier, like, insurance was not going to pay for my HBOT.
Yeah.
There are like two things maybe that it will cover through insurance. What are those two things, and why is it so limited? Do you know?
They do for the diving and the burning, okay, are
Yeah.
very, very, it's because they don't have enough hyperbaric, and it goes only to the hospital with supervision. And I think it's because they need to get more up to date with all the studies and the novelties and from all the researchers over the world. This takes time, but I think that eventually we will get there with the insurance, hopefully.
But it might take a long time. It definitely
Yeah.
might take a long
Yeah,
time. Yeah. Just
yeah,
like,
but
you know how it goes.
yeah, but there is some that were off-label that they regularize now, and they are part of the insurance. So they are doing some effort and adding some cases. The problem is that the hospital don't have enough of those machines, so people go to legit center that have the capacity to help them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where I went to one place with a hard top and another place with a soft top. Can you explain the difference between those two types?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. So basically, the soft shell chambers can only go up to 1.3 atmospheres, and the hard shell chambers can go up to 2, sometimes 2.4 atmospheres. So the greater the atmosphere, the more pressure. So it just depends on which pressure you want to go up to based on the reason you're doing hyperbaric.
And so what would be like a reason to do one over the other?
So Michelle, you can answer that one.
Okay. Sometimes when you have a neurological problem or something, a disease that cannot allow you to go to higher pressure, lower the pressure is, it's better for you. You can stay longer and make it softer. So the effects are also very positive at a very low pressure, 1.3. It's very good. Uh, for wound healing, for example, you need to be in a very high pressure, 2.0. Sometimes we go even to 2.7, 2.8. So it depends on how you can handle. So, and how long time you want to stay. So now there is new studies. Every month we have new studies that shows that sometimes you don't need to be in such a high level, but stay longer and you have the same effect. So it's not like more is best. Sometimes less is best. So it all depends. So case to case, you have to study. You have to see the age, the goal, why they come here, what they want to achieve. Uh, no one has the same goal. Okay, so you have really to listen, to ask the right question, to understand them, and then to give them the protocol. And it's not just going into the machine also. Sometimes it's good to, it depends what you have. If you can exercise a little bit, do a little bit of cardiovascular uh, cardio exercise. We have a gym here, for example, for some people that want to keep all their function and their good health. So we tell them to go do 20 to 30 minutes before, so they exercise, and then they go inside the machine, so the lungs are open, they can breathe easily, and the oxygen can travel easier through
And
already all the channels.
the blood flow is
Yeah,
increased when you exercise before going in the hyperbaric chamber. So
yeah.
that system's already moving. So when
So
you
it's
add
good.
oxygen to that, it's great.
Yeah. Sometimes also we add red light therapy because it's very good for inflammation. It increases the blood flow, reduce inflammation, and then after it goes to the machine. And in the machine also, there is some machine. In our machine, for example, we have a TV, and on the TV also we have some games, memory games, and things like that, puzzles, things like that, that's gonna help the patient work the memory. So it's not wasting time.
Yeah.
So some people sometimes also are very tired. They just want to relax. They just want to lay down, sleep. Some people want to read. Some people want to do some work. So it depends what they do and what they have. So some patients, I said, no work inside. Okay, don't take anything. I want you to relax. We put nice music. So it depends what they have. So they go to a consultation usually, and we design a protocol. We have some Oxynergy2 protocol, which are really helpful because we want to see results and have a good follow through our patient.
Yeah. So what are some of the most common ailments or diseases or issues that people come to do HBOT for?
So I'll just give a few, for example. Long COVID is one of them. A lot of people come with long COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Fatigue, brain fog is what we see a lot. We see a lot of people with trouble sleeping, insomnia, um, inflammation, a lot of inflammation, poor blood circulation, which causes them to have pain. So a lot of people are getting up there in their 40s, 50s, and they're wondering, all of a sudden, it's very hard for me to get out of bed. I'm in so much pain. My body's hurting. They have a lot of inflammation. So that's typically what we see. But then we also have our patients that have chronic illnesses that come in here as well.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we have also a program for mold detoxification also.
Mm.
I think this is very popular. And
Yeah.
we have also here, we are in Beverly Hills. We are located in Beverly Hills. So we work with a lot of doctors and surgeons. So we're having a lot of surgical people that come. They do, a lot of people also don't live here. They come and they do 2 sessions a day to have maximum effect, to reduce inflammation, the swelling,
Mm.
Healing.
the healing of the skin, the rhinoplasty, the fibromyalgia, the lipedemia, I mean, all those kind of people. This is really natural. They come here and they
Yeah,
have treatment.
a lot of post-surgery clients come here to help heal. It really, really, really
Yeah.
helps. I've seen it with
Yeah,
my own eyes, and it's drastic how much better, because post-op is almost as important as the actual surgery itself.
yeah,
So super important.
yeah. Sometimes it's more important, especially we like us, that when people call us, we ask them to come before. First of all, to get accustomed to what they have, to make sure they can take the pressure, and they do a conditioning 1 or 2 treatments before they go into surgery. This is
Yeah.
the top
Sometimes we
of the
have
line.
Sometimes we have customers that come in and they say, "Is this the surgery healing center?" And we're like, kind of. I mean, we have the hyperbaric, we have the red light, and then we have the lymphatic drainage massages with our masseuse, who's amazing, who really, really helps just clear the lymphatic system, decrease swelling, and give that person the results they went into surgery looking for. Also, a really important fact is a lot of people, when they get surgery, you have your fat cells moved around or sucked out or put in different places. And our fat cells, within the first 2 weeks after surgery, they decide whether they want to live or die or move around. And a lot of the times people have to go back into surgery to redo it because they don't get the results they were looking for. So
Mm.
when you do hyperbaric oxygen therapy, it basically ensures that you are getting the results and the fat cells will stay alive and healthy and in place. So it's super, super important. A lot of plastic surgeons send their patients to us because they want their patients to be happy, and they know sending them here will make them happy with them. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, that's a really great idea, actually. If you're looking to open another place, Miami would also be a good
I
place
know
for.
we were thinking about it.
We'll be there soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's big with the post-op lymphatic drainage.
Yes, yes,
The
I don't,
BBLs, yeah.
yeah, all of that.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know.
And I don't think any of them have HBOT. At least like when I was looking for HBOT, I didn't see very many. There was only like 2 places that I found in the city, and that was like 2 years ago. So you would probably dominate.
We're coming.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit more about the mold protocol, because I know a lot of my listeners have been traumatized by mold before. How can HBOT help with mold?
So, well, first, what we do have here, we have hyperbaric for mold, and we also have another program. I'll go off on that program first, then Michele can dive into HBOT. So we have a detox program, a mold detox program with our sauna pods. So what we do is we put a client in 2 sweatsuits. It's kind of like garbage bag material. And then we put them in a high hyperthermic pod, and we make sure they're hydrated before, of course, and they sweat everything out for 45 minutes. And then we'll take their sweat, we'll put it in a clear plastic cup, and you can physically see how dirty their sweat is and the moldy, and you see black in their sweat.
The
And they do
metal.
this, the metals, they do this 3 times a week for 4 weeks until their sweat is clear. And
Wow.
after each Sonopod session. So usually once a week, they'll do an IV after the Sonopod session with clear fluids, electrolytes, glutathione, which is an amazing, amazing antioxidant to get rid of the free radicals and mold in people's cells. And so that's one part of our program. And then Michele, you can go into how hyperbaric fits in there.
So then, of course, all this goes hand to hand with the hyperbaric, and it depends of the toxification degree that you have. So usually for this, we have a protocol. I try to do 12 sessions. And for some people, 12 sessions are very happy. They are no more fatigue. They find back their mold. Some other people need a little bit more, 20. Usually everybody recommends 40, but I've seen some people react at 12 and some other at 20 and some other, of course, at 40. 40 is a magic number that really, through all the study, proved the security of the treatment. Because it gives also to your cell not only the tools to fight and to multiply themselves and to get rid of the bad cells and to increase the good cells, but also the memory of the cells. So it really rejuvenate the whole entire system. So this is great for that.
Yeah, and most likely after hyperbaric, people will notice that they need to pee right after, especially if they have toxins in them like mold, because their body's detoxing. So it's really great to expel everything out.
So it's also all depends of the customer. Some customers come and they say, "I'm in your hand. Give me your best of the best." Yeah. So of course we add the lymphatic, we add everything that we have here, because everything that we did works hands to hands. Okay. So it's really depends who is here, because I know it's very costing. So some people are very costing. So we try to help. We have different plans also to help them, the modification, how they can pay us, everything, because I understand that sometimes you have to pay more money than even a big surgery or something. So we try to accommodate this because we really want them to find back themselves, not only physically, but also spiritually and mentally. I think it's very important. There is no price for energy. Okay, the energy, it's the thrill of life. It's life itself. And so this is what we try to do. And personally, I understand what is energy. I've been in the field of yoga and wellness over 35 years now. And I know how to play also with the mind and how to give a push with the mind and through what you eat and what your exercise, your routine, and now the hyperbaric. The hyperbaric brings you to a higher level, and you can test yourself before and after to prove and to see the results. So it's very encouraging. I think it's the best way how you want to spend your money and your time, because it's time consuming also, but I think it gives you another part of life for you to have another sprint and to age more gracefully and energetically as possible.
Yeah, beautiful. And with something like HBOT, I totally agree. It's going to be helpful, but nothing's ever a magic bullet. There's so many other factors that go into, how well you feel and how well you think and your life purpose and spirituality and all that. So thanks for bringing that up, because that's a really important aspect too.
I think it is. We have a room here that we call the Energy Lounge, which has a biocharger, and this biocharger, and we put a music with a brain. So when I see people are very fatigued or they're depressed or they don't feel good for it or they're going through bad time, I really encourage them to go and visit the room. Sometimes I just put them here as a free gift because I feel that they need it, even before going into HBOT inside, and they relax with the music, the wave, they meditate, and they receive the frequency of the magnetic field of those coils. that really ground you and put you down, because today it's a luxury when you can go on the beach, you can walk, you need this time, you don't take this time, you don't live outdoors, so you live inside the computer, you receive all those vibrations, so you need really this time that to relax. So here we try to give a little bit of everything for people to feel safe and to relax and to find themselves. I think it's very important that you find a place where you can reconnect with yourself through a medical device,
Yeah.
through different treatments, through love, and through caring.
So
Mm.
just to go off of what you said about the biocharger, just to
Yeah.
kind of explain, because if nobody knows what it is, just to
Yeah.
give them a brief description.
Thank you, Chloe.
Yeah,
Um,
I've never tried the biocharger, but it looks really powerful.
It
So
is.
yeah, so it's a machine that you sit in front of, okay, and it uses Tesla coil and PMF and different gases, and it basically sends electricity to your body. So each of our cells contain 1.4 volts of electricity. We're human beings, we're made out of energy, and this energy in your cells gets depleted through eating bad, through not being connected to nature, through getting exposed to harmful chemicals and pollutants in the world. So when you have less energy in your cells, you're most likely going to get sick, you'll get chronic illnesses, you'll start to have brain fog, trouble sleeping, inflammation. So it basically sends electricity to your body to charge up those cells. And a way to even see if it works, kind of like a demonstration. For example, if I'm sitting in front of it and I hold the light bulb will light up because
Yeah.
I'm the electric current. But if I'm not in front of it, I'm not receiving that electricity and I'm holding the light bulb, it's gonna not be on. Or if I put the light bulb on a chair next to me while it's on, it won't be on because it needs to physically be touching me because I'm the one being charged. So that's really how it works. And it's very, very cool. And we've seen amazing results with it.
Can you talk about the recipe that
Oh
BioCharger
yeah.
has?
So there are
Oh,
different
yeah, go for it.
recipes. So that means each recipe has different frequencies and they typically range between 10 and 20 minutes long. And so, for example, we have recipes for autoimmune disorders, inflammation, sleep, mental health. We have abnormal cell growth recipes. We have ones for brain health, liver health, heart health. So it really just depends what you're looking to achieve, and then we can custom make the recipes for you. And we have this one, it's called lymph liver kidney, and it basically helps open up your lymph system. That way, when you do a couple recipes after that, targeted on what you specifically want to work on, it can help achieve those results. So it's really, really exciting. And hopefully when you're in Los Angeles, you can come by and try it.
Oh, yeah, sounds amazing. So you've got the HBOT, you've got the sweating, you've got the biocharger. What else do you have in your practice?
The lymphatic drainage massages, we have Normatec compression boots. We have IV drips with vitamins and
Shots.
antioxidants, vitamin shots. We have water and tea we give everyone. Targeted red light therapy, infrared sauna, and we have a
We do
gym.
we do yoga and
Oh, yeah.
meditation. We have some yoga and
Yeah.
meditation. We have a full gym with a trainer, supervision of a trainer also. So
Oh, and a
we,
leg vitalizer, which is something new we got, which
yeah,
helps increase your blood flow. A lot of people who can't do a lot of movement
yeah,
need that extra help, so they do
yeah.
that.
Those are extra things that all combined gave a plus. But
Right.
the main things is HBOT. It's
Hyperbaric, yeah.
the chambers. The
Yeah.
chambers are really incredible. I went in our last conference. You were here, Chloe, with me, and he was a big doctor, and I think he was a neurologist, and he said a sentence like that. He said, because he was talking about the experience of his mother having dementia, and she was not functioning, she was fully handicapped. And after few sessions, he even didn't mention the numbers. I was a little bit surprised about that, but he said that now she was now she's on the cruise. She was on the cruise, and she is so much better. And I could not believe his story because my mother also had some dementia, and I wanted really to bring her here. And so I was really touched by his story. But he said something. He said, "It is criminal today. Criminal. Do not offer hyperbaric to everyone."
Yeah.
Everyone should go into hyperbaric. And when he said that, it really resonated in me because it was really something that is right. Is
Right.
right.
So
That
just to go off of that, just a couple things I forgot to mention. The really the results that you see are very, very prevalent in patients that have had strokes or concussions. Those two, we've seen tremendous results. And I think that it's very a lot of people have strokes and a lot of people have concussions. They're very common. They're way more common than we think. I'm sure everyone knows people who've had either of those.
Mhm.
So hyperbaric is really amazing.
Yeah, I really encourage everyone to go find a nice place and to go and try. It's a life changing, and don't wait, because when you have something, a lot of people come or they lost the eardrum or something that has been 6 months, or the stroke has been, the tissue is dead. When the tissue is dead, it's necrotic. There is nothing that we can do. Hyperbaric won't help. But if you do it right away, you still have some blood flow somewhere. It will really heal the wound inside. We all have a lot of wound inside, you know. It's not because we don't see them that we don't have. A trauma is a wound, okay? Something that happened to you, it's a wound. So when you go and you oxygenate this area and there is some life into it, it regrows like a plant, you know, it regrow and branch out, and you have the vitality coming out. So I really encourage everyone that has something, do not wait. Ask your doctor permission and just go, because there's some contraindication for hyperbaric. So you want to make sure you are a good candidate, and just go to a center and start your treatment.
And also the biggest benefits is vasculogenesis and neurogenesis. So it's the formation of new blood vessels and the formation of new brain neurons. So as we age or as we get sick, we have less blood flow to certain areas in our body, which means less oxygen, and our cells in our brain start to die. And that's when, you know, as we start to age, we start to kind of lose it. And so by doing hyperbaric, you're able to kind of get it back and reverse the damage that's being done with natural aging process. So it's very, very interesting and good.
Yeah. Yeah. So you mentioned, you know, once you get to a certain point, it might not work, or if you have contraindications. What are some of the contraindications, like that do not do HBOT?
Yeah. So if you have fluid in your lungs or a collapsed lung, if you have any optic pressure, which means like pressure in your eyeball, like glaucoma, for example, and cystic fibrosis could be, you have to get approved from your doctor. And then if you have, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. Am I missing any?
To make sure you are not sick, you don't have bronchitis or
Anything with the lungs. Your lungs have to be clear and good to go.
Sinus, free sinus are important, you know.
If you have a sinus infection, it's better to wait because you're very inflamed and the pressure could be painful. So, but it's
so asthma, COPD, that's fine, just as long as you're not like actively sick.
You have to get clearance from your doctor.
And
if it's under control.
And also convulsions, okay? Convulsion, if people do, they have tremors or something like that, they cannot go. Or people who have
Wait, you said if they have what? Tremors?
Oh yeah, convulsion, when they do the convulsion, you know?
Convulsion?
Yeah.
Convulsion?
No, the convulsion. It's
because we have people with tremors that come here and it really helps. So I don't know, maybe
seizures?
Seizures.
Oh, seizures. She means seizures. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to clear that up because yes, you can go in the chamber. It actually helps with tremors.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So if your seizures have to be under control. And you have to be approved by your doctor. So it can help people with epilepsy, actually. Really, really helps people who have seizures, but it needs to be under control and approved by your doctor.
And no patch device, any kind of device that release pressure on medicine, you have to stop it or do not go inside with. So it depends.
So like pacemaker, no?
That's fine. As long as we approve it with the manufacturer, that means it's pressure tested. So any implant you have in your body, we just have to approve it and make sure you're good to go. But in terms of medical patches, like a nicotine patch or an insulin pump, those can't go in because the pressure could manipulate what the dosage, and it could be dangerous because you're not getting the proper dosage. So yeah, that's it.
Got it. And do you guys have doctors on staff, or is it always like a referred out doctor or somebody's personal doctor that's helping to decide the protocol and if they're a good fit, or do you work together?
Okay,
Both.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, both. We have a medical director who reviews all of our patients for IVs, and then we have a hyperbaric doctor, MD, that reviews all of our hyperbaric patients, offers telehealth, and goes over everything. And we're all hyperbaric certified over here, hyperbaric technicians. So yeah, we cover all our
We have a
bases.
naturopath also.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So it can be tricky. You know, I'm a regular person. I go to my doctor and I'm like, I would like to do HBOT. And they're like, I don't know what that is. Then they're screwed.
Yeah, we have an MD that you can meet with and you can talk to, get advice from, and yeah, he's great.
And we have a few nurses also on staff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, perfect. And so you mentioned that the protocol that's like the magic number is 40, and you said 5 times a week?
Yes.
40 to 60 sessions. It can be 60 sessions, but 40 to 60 sessions, 5 days a week. So it's basically 2 to 3 months of hyperbaric 5 days a week. And then after that, we have maintenance programs where you can do 1 to 2 times a month or once a week, depending on why you need it, when you need it. So for example, our rheumatoid arthritis patients do 40 sessions. Then after that, they come twice a month just to maintain and make sure that their benefits last. So yeah.
Okay. And is there a reason why the 40 sessions so close together is the most helpful?
It's through the studies. They find out that this is the time and the number of sessions where the cells get stronger and they have all their life back and the memory.
The memory, yeah.
It's like taking an antibiotic. You can skip a day, but you shouldn't. You know, it's better to do back to back.
Yeah. So it's a long treatment. So we have some people that come out of town that don't live here. So we accommodate them because we can do 2 sessions a day if they are 4 hours apart. So usually they come in the morning, and after they come in middle of the day, and then they have the first session and they go quicker. They prefer to do this way because they don't live where they live. They don't have access to hyperbaric.
And so that they could maybe do it in less time.
Yes,
by doing it twice a day. Okay,
definitely. I tried it myself because I had to travel and I wanted to finish my second round of 40 sessions. And I didn't have the time, so I put morning and a night. It was really time consuming, but I get used to it, and it worked.
Awesome. And is there any detox reactions? Does anyone ever hurts from doing HBOT or feel really horrible after a certain amount?
Not to my knowledge from what we have. The thing that we find out, some people stop because they have ear pain, because they probably have something coming up, like a sinus or an infection. So they're going to get sick. They didn't know. So they had to stop a few days, and after they come back, when they're clear. But this is one of the main reasons why sometimes people stop it. We have also, when people stop it, when people come also with kids, young kids that have autism, and it's very difficult for the parents to be with them in this time with the kids and do the all 40. So they usually do 20, 25, and they stop. So which really, so now we have a new rule, Cloe and me, we really talk to the parents and we say, oh, you do 40 or don't come. We don't want to take your money and not have the results that you discount to have. Okay, even if it's small results, we need the results.
Yeah, because it's such a small little capsule. So that can be pretty hard for young kids. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's difficult. We have big capsules. We don't have our machine. are not the traditional mono laying down. We can sit in our, it's big, you can exercise also in it.
Oh, that's nice.
You
It's
can
like a little
stretch.
living room. It's like a little
Yeah.
living room.
Yeah, it's like a small bedroom, living room, because it has TV and, so it's very comfortable. It's not claustrophobic. There is a big window, and we have always people in the room, and we have our certified HBOT technician here. We have access with the phone inside. They can talk to us at any time. They can even stop the machine from inside if they want.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
we have really we call it the Rolls Royce of
The Rolls Royce.
the Rolls Royce or the Maybach or
The private
Bentley.
jet of hyperbaric.
Yeah, the private, I call it. It's really top of the line.
In Beverly Hills, we don't mess around over
Right.
here.
Exactly.
All the best function, not only the comfort, but the security of it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, makes sense.
And
The safety, we have a lot of safety protocols, a lot of safety procedures that have come out, and we follow all of them. We adhere to all of them. We make sure to implement all of them because safety is our number one priority.
Yeah, we have some trademark protocol that belong only to our center, Oxynergy2, because there are really protocol that works on the stem cells, and it's natural. You don't need to have an infusion of stem cells. You don't need to go and inject yourself. You really stimulate your own personal stem cells with this protocol, and the machine does it for you. The computer aujourd'hui, the technology, thank you to the technology. It's amazing, and it has a great impact also on the biggest organ like the skin and the collagen level, so the anti-aging. This is the protocol that I'm doing myself. It's 2 hours long, and it's really it helps really with the stimulation and the proliferations of the stem cells.
Yeah, and it's been tested that people who have done this protocol 20 to 40 sessions, they get 800% more stem cells naturally.
Wow.
Naturally.
It's really interesting and very, very great. It's very cool.
Yeah, and that's just with HBOT, or you're combining it with anything else?
Just with HBOT.
Wow.
Just with our 2-hour protocol that we have here at Oxynergy2.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah, 2 hours is pretty long, but if you have that Rolls Royce of HBOTs, I can see how that would be more doable than sitting.
You watch a
a
movie on Netflix and then it's over, or take a nap.
Do you know anywhere else in the country that has an HBOT like that?
In Europe, I think in Germany they have.
In the country.
In the country, no.
Yeah, no. Okay. You're the best then.
Of course.
Awesome. Yeah. So really, it sounds like such a phenomenal intervention. And I would love to find something like that here. But like I said, it was really hard to find any here. Yeah. So hopefully you guys will continue to expand and help more people and make more sense.
Thank you. This is what when we decided, I talked with Chloe. I said, Chloe, you are at the beginning of your career. I am at the end of my career, and the way I want to pass it is pass a legacy of what is your contribution. Okay, what is your mission? What can you do to help? And this is the beginning of your life. So I cannot imagine how. So I'm ready to open the path, and let's try to see how much we can help, how much we can do good. And this is what life is about, is to give back. You receive and you give back, and this is the circle of life.
Yes, I totally agree. That's so sweet.
Yeah, it's great. I was actually in New York, living in New York. I was doing marketing and e-commerce for a company over there. And I was waiting for the bus, and it was like 20 degrees, and I was like freezing, and I was exhausted. And I was going to take the bus to my tiny little apartment with no plants, and And she called me and she's like, I'm really interested in hyperbaric therapy. I was learning about it, and we started talking and I start learning. And then she's like, I'm thinking of opening a hyperbaric center in my old yoga studio. And she's like, do you want to move back to LA and we could do something together? And I said, yes, I'm on my way. I booked my flight. I was like, I'm coming.
That's awesome. Yeah, I totally understand.
It's true. It's true. I was asking my other kids also. I have a few kids, and all of them told me, "Oh, it seems too big, too dangerous, too big of a vision you have." They told me so. But when I talked to Chloe, she didn't hesitate at all. She told me, and this is what I wanted. I was looking for a passionate art.
And now all of my other siblings are jealous. Can we join the business? I'm like, it's too late. It's me and mom now.
Oh, that's awesome.
You missed your chance.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are so awesome. I really appreciate all of the education that you brought to light for HBOT, and hopefully we'll start to see more of your centers popping up in other areas. Is there anything else you want to add in, or you can just let everyone know where to find you guys and how to work with you?
Yeah, so we are in Beverly Hills, California. Our company name is Oxynergy2, so Oxynergy2. It's like oxygen and energy combined, Oxynergy. And we are at 113 North San Vicente Boulevard, Beverly Hills, California, 90211 on the second floor. Our phone number is 213-592-0201. And you can find us on Instagram or on our websites, Oxynergy2, oxynergy2.com. And we're more than happy to answer any questions you guys have. You can call, text us, Instagram, DM us, and we're here to help.
Yeah, we have a parking available also in the building. And if you can come to see us, it's great. If you cannot find another place similar, that where you're going to start a new journey, a new life.
Yes, awesome. Well, thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks everyone for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Amanda.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, everyone. I am just so thrilled that you're listening to the Healer Revolution podcast. This has been a huge passion project for me and super therapeutic on top of that, helping me to use my voice and connect with other like-minded individuals. So if you're enjoying the podcast, please like and subscribe. Please share on social media or with your audience or friends or loved ones. I truly appreciate it. It does take a lot of time and financial costs to run the podcast, and it is not a moneymaker, let me tell you. So if you are enjoying this, I would truly appreciate your support just by sending me a post, a like, and a subscribe. Thank you so much.